Winter Rose, written by Panwadee, Ponglada Ittimakin. Episode 7. When the softball game is over, let's go and get some pizza, I read. Suggested a tall, slim young American man with fair hair and bright blue eyes. His casual style of dress, with thick khaki cotton trousers and a long-sleeved white shirt folded up at the cuffs and open at the neck, indicated that his job did not involve meeting people. Sorry, I've told Mom that I will hurry home. You can eat my share, Jake. The man looked a little disappointed as the young girl yet again turned down his invitation. He had tried very hard many times to get her to go out with him, but she had never said yes. However, Jake would not give up, believing that one day she must give in. Let's have lunch together tomorrow, then. Jack persisted. I won't accept no as an answer. Okay. Irene agreed good naturally, waving goodbye to her co-workers before walking over to her white sports cars. Sitting in the car, she turned back to look at the door of the tall office building of the company for which she now worked. The tall figure was still standing there, and she raised her hand to wave to him before driving off. Eileen drove over the hills along a smooth, narrow road, right on both sides with trees clad in fresh green foliage. Traces of recent rain were still clearly visible on the leaves and branches as she drove past houses built in the old Victorian style, with tall chimneys alternating with fruit orchards and vegetable farms growing apples, strawberries, and string beans. On fine days, New Jersey folk drove out here and paid to pick the fresh produce. Life back in New Jersey during the year since returning from Thailand had been uneventful, with no major happenings. In the morning, she went out to work, returning in the evenings with no traffic jams on the route. To waste her time, Irene liked this peaceful way of life and did not consider moving away, even though she now had her own house in Houston. She had never been to visit it, not wanting to get involved with her half-brother, Katana, who she knew hated her. Staying away was the best way to avoid problems. As soon as near the large white house on the hillside, she pushed the button on the remote control panel to open the garage doors and park inside next to her mother's black Cadillac. As she was getting out of the car, someone in the house threw open the door, and seeing his face, Irene called out in happiness, "Cody! When did you get here? Why did you tell us you were coming?" She flung a string of questions at her brother, which he had no time to answer. "Calm down. Come inside first." Irene walked behind her brother's tall figure into the house, where the sitting room Karen and Pamela's attention was focused on a little fair-haired boy with a pert nose and cherry red lips, playing with a model train on the soft, thick carpet. When he saw somebody entering the room, he raised his blue eyes, smiled with recognition, and walked happily over to his father. "This is Auntie Irene, who sent you Mickey Mouse." Cody introduced his son, Jared to his aunt, referring to the gift she had sent for his second birthday. "He's so cute. He's tubby like you were when you were a little girl, but he's not such a crybaby." "If you don't believe me, ask Mother." "Is that right, Mother?" Cody teased his sister before getting his mother sitting watching them contentedly to back him up. "Irie is quite grown up, but you still tease her like a little child, Cody. Look, you have made her blush with embarrassment." Karen scolded her son. "For me, Irie will always be a little girl, Mom." Pamela, pregnant with the second child, sat listening quietly. "How are you, Pamela? When is your baby due?" Irie asked fondly, inwardly admiring her sister-in-law for being still attractive, even though heavily pregnant. Time had not robbed Pamela of her beauty, and she knew how proud her brother must be of her. "The doctor says that I will give birth in the middle of the month. I want the baby to be born in America. Jared was born in Rio, and one child born there is enough. Jared has two nationalities, American and Brazilian. In the future, he will be in charge of the hotel in Rio de Janeiro. This time, having my baby in America means that he or she will be American through and through. If he wants to come back and live here in the future, there will be no problem," Pamela explained. Pam's brother doesn't want to be a businessman. He wants to be a musician. At this very moment, he is arranging to go and live in London. He won't go back to Rio for sure. So Pam and I have to think about the future of the business. That's very far-sighted. It is necessary, as there is nobody else in the family, Pamela explained. Cody is busy and the company must go on. Cody cannot give up teaching because he really loves that. Is that right, darling? If he was not so determined to be with me when I give birth, he would still be teaching at the university now. Good. That means Cody will probably stay here a long time. I will look after Jared for you, if you like, while you are in hospital. Irie volunteered. Thanks, Irie. But will you have time? Mother has told us that you often do overtime without payment at the weekends. You haven't changed. Cody laughed. Remember when you were very sick in hospital, you still had your textbook with you to read. This reference to the past made blush. That very day, Irie had paused to think what a stupid girl she had been. Cody did not notice the embarrassment he had caused her, but Karen, aware of her feelings, helped her out of this situation. You must be worn out, Irie. Take a shower, then we can have dinner together. Good idea, said Irie, kissing her nephew's cheek before leaving the room, adding, Let's meet up in the dining room. It will only be 10 minutes. Jared, come with Mommy to wash your hands. Karen waited until her daughter-in-law had led Jared by the hand out of the room before talking to her son in private. You must watch your words more carefully than this, Cody. I don't want Irie to be upset again. She had a lot of problems with her mother's family a year or so ago. that pushed her almost to breaking point. Try to pity your sister, Cody. I had completely forgotten all that, and I thought that I had forgotten the past too. I didn't intend to remind her of those things. I'm sorry, Mom. I will be more careful about what I say from now on, said Cody, his face revealing his discomfort. It's not your fault, but even now, Irie does not have a serious boyfriend. If she meets the right person one day, I'm sure she will forget the past completely. I really hope that day comes soon. Amen to that. The face of both mother and son indicated their concern. Irie, come to Rio and help me, Cody pleaded. Pam has just given birth to our baby daughter, Felicia. She won't be able to do anything for a while. For 3 years, Pam has administered the company until it has become a little big enterprise at a national level. But we still have a weak point. We still have to control many things. I myself don't have the skills to do a lot of things, especially in accounting. We really need a skillful person to install a new system of accounting for us. I know that you can do it because that was your specialist field when you were a student. Come and have a holiday with us in summer, work and travel at the same time. You still haven't been to Rio, right? Oh, and of course, I will pay all your expense and pay you a fee. Agree? All right, but you don't have to pay me. You don't have to pay me anything. Just let me fly free, stay free, eat for free, and go sightseeing as well. That's enough. If you agree, I will be happy to pinpoint the weak points in your system for you. Then I would be taking advantage of you. Between us, brother and sister, there can be no taking advantage or losing advantage. I want to give back some of the love and affection that you always give to me, okay? Eileen tried to speak as sincerely as she could, without allowing Cody to see her unchangeable feelings that, however much time elapsed, he would always be the most important person in her heart. Agree. You win, Irie. When will you allow me to win? That day will never come, Irie replied confidently. Irie, let me come with you. Then you will have a friend, pleaded Jake. When he knew his friend was going to Rio, having been attracted to Irie for a long time, he was desperate for any chance to get close to her. I've already told you, I'm going to work. There will be no time for pressure, even if you come. It's better if you stay here. You can look after Mom for me too, said Irie, trying to persuade her friend, but her words had no effect. It's not that. I'm not concerned about your mom, but I really want to go too. You will be away for many weeks. You work quickly, so I'm sure there will be free days at the end of for sightseeing. You go ahead if you want, and I will come on later. Don't worry about accommodation. Rio is tourist city, so I can find a hotel for myself easily. Say yes, Irie. Irie thought for a long time. Don't waste your time thinking. Just say yes or no. Is it yes? Jake persisted. Yes, sir, Iris said jokingly, as she did when they were on their own. She had never thought about Jake in a special way, just that he was a good friend, and she was unaware that Jake's feelings for her were not the same. Good. Then I will have a chance to go sightseeing in unusual places. Two heads are better than one, and I will have you as a friend for looking around. Give me your address and phone number, and your email address too. 2 weeks before you are ready to come back, I will go to Rio. Meet me in Rio, okay? Iris said teasingly. Okay, dear, said Jake, half in jest. I'm not your little dear, Jake. You are too quick. Jake despaired, and they both laughed.